Heat 7, our final heat of the men's 1500 metre freestyle. Lane 0, Lewis Gilchrist, City of Oxford. Swimming in lane 1, Benjamin Prosser, Wickham District. William Davis goes for Swindon Dolphins in lane 2. Marcus Johnson, City of Milton Keynes, in lane 3. Thomas Owens swimming in lane 4 for Barnes Swimming Club. Samuel Crabtree for Thanet Swim in lane 5. Lane 6, Miles Turner of West Suffolk. Lane 7, Elliot Pickford of Wirral Metro. Lane 8, Harry Whiteman, City of Peterborough. And in lane 9, Rhys Taylor of Nova Centurion. I mentioned it a bit earlier, but these guys have had to wait an awful long time and watch 6 heats of 1500 metre go before them. And the things that go through your mind before you race, it's not easy watching other people swim. So Miles Turner with the early advantage after 200 metres in this heat of the 1500 metre freestyle. Turning in a 2:07. And no one quite getting their nose in front by too much of a distance just yet in this heat. All very much staying together.
So 3 age categories decided going into this finale, heat number 7. Quite a lot of swimmers in the 17-year category. In fact, it'd be easier naming those not in that category. And they are the seniors in the 18 years and above. Marcus Johnson in 3, Thomas Owens in 4, and Samuel Crabtree in lane 5. The time they have to beat is 16:39.54. That was set by Charlie Hopkins back in heat 5. And on paper, the only one currently that would be getting the gold medal based on their entry time would be Thomas Owens in lane 4, Alf Barnes. But of course, we've seen a lot of personal bests achieved in the heat so far. course, in the 17-year category as well. The best time at the minute stands at around 16:44. So those in lanes 0 to 2 and 6 to 9 know exactly what they have to do in order to pick up a podium spot in that 17-year age category. So certainly a lot to play for here. It's currently the 17-year-olds doing the most work at the moment, spearheaded by Harry Whiteman in lane 8 of City of Peterborough. Of course, an awful long way to go, but just a fingernail in front or so in the 18-year-old cluster in the centre. Here's Marcus Johnson in lane 3 of City of Milton Keynes. Approaching the halfway point then of this final heat now, and no one overwhelmingly in front, no one significantly left behind either at this moment in time. First to the wall, as you see that 15 lap card, Harry Whiteman in lane 8 of City of Peterborough, more or less as you were in that respect. Of course, he's one of 17-year-old category swimmers in this one, chasing down the current best time of 16:44 set by Luke Bryan in the last heat. He's definitely looking good so far. Bit of encroachment beginning to be made by a couple of the seniors as well in lanes 3 and 5. Marcus Johnson and Samuel Crabtree of City of Milton Keynes and Thanet Swim respectively. A lot of these swimmers, particularly the younger ones that we've seen in the heats, a very busy schedule this week. When you have this sort of event on day 2, Laura, I mean, what is the preparation for the day after doing a 1500? What do you do in the evening? Do you carry on, bit of a cool down, get ready for tomorrow, or just get to bed straight away and just wake up tomorrow?
I think the worst thing you can do is just leave the pool having just raced and just head straight, sit down, straight to bed and sit down. I think you need to keep moving and get that lactic flushed out of your system. So you'll see many of these swimmers head over to the pool over there by the diving boards, and they will do a cool down. That may even include, I remember when I was swimming, we did a little bit of effort within the cool down just to flush the system, so create that lactic to flush it out of the muscles, just so that when you get in the next day, your arms aren't literally creaking as they're going round. Because swimming an event like this, it makes the arms burn. The next day you can certainly feel it. As I was saying earlier, you can feel it in your lungs as well, cardiovascularly, respiration system wise as well. You can tell that you've raced a hard, tough distance event. And these guys will know about it if they are racing throughout the course of the week. Indeed, if they've got 400s coming up, perhaps 400 IM or 400 freestyle, the other distance events, they're going to want to flush this out of their systems, get themselves moving again, and most importantly, eat and replenish the stores that they have depleted doing this.
Harry Whiteman all out at the moment then in lane 8. He's almost coming towards the 2/3 mark of this 7th heat. In terms of the 18-year-old, Marcus Johnson just leaving Samuel Crabtree behind at the moment, and you'd say the gap between him and Samuel Crabtree is around the same gap, separating Samuel Crabtree from Thomas Owens in lane 4, of course. 3, 4 and 5 all looking to beat Charlie Hopkins' time earlier on today of 16:39.54. Thomas Owens is the quickest on paper, the barn swimmer in lane 4. He's currently just tailgating behind Samuel Crabtree to his left and Marcus Johnson to his right. You'd imagine waiting for the correct moment to pounce on those two in front of him. Just the 450 metres to go at this moment in time. Harry Whiteman, definitely the pace setter for those in the 17-year category. 16:44, the time that he has got to get better than. As we said, a lot of 17-year-old interest in this one as well. But if we look in that category, currently in second spot is in lane 9, Rhys Taylor of Nova Centurion. So it's the two on the side closest to the spectator gallery doing most of the work in the 17 years group. Down the centre, leading the way out of the seniors, Marcus Johnson in lane 3. Good support coming in for Will Davis as well. A couple of tweets already for him. I do remember last year the Swindon Dolphin swimmer here in, of course he's swimming in lane 2 at the moment. He was getting an awful lot of support on Twitter last year. That has continued in 2017 as well. Megan says, good luck Will Davis in the 1500 from Maya and Megs. In a minute, he is very much level pegging with Benjamin Prosser of Wickham District in lane 1. Out of contention for a medal at the moment in the 17-year category. Still a relatively long way to go, despite the fact we're into the final 300 metres or so of this one now.
Yeah,
still up from Harry Whiteman.
Trust me, it does feel like a long way as well. When you've already raced 1,200 metres and you've still got 300 metres left to go, and you know actually that's the sharp end of the race, when you're actually going to have to really motor on and places are won and lost, times, PBs are gained or lost. It's the part of the race that really begins to hurt, but also the part where you can get excited because you know the bulk of the work is done and now it's just about finishing the job. Very often when I was swimming, I would get an adrenaline rush with 200 metres to go because suddenly your body would give you this second wind of saying, right, fight or flight, we've got to go now. And actually that's what you look forward to in the race is a bit of fresh energy, just to know that you've got to change the system, to go from very much an aerobic endurance system to suddenly back to that anaerobic, fast twitch, quick fire system.
Is it naive to say as well, if you get someone like Oliver Duckworth that we saw in Heat 3, we're going about him a lot, but a fantastic example on the outside lane going right at the start. If he did dwindle, which obviously he didn't, but if he did dwindle going into the final 200 metres, should he look back and say, you know what, that was a great first 1300, or should he look back and say that was a stupid race plan? How do you come back, especially if you're a younger swimmer, how do you come back looking at a race like that where you were out in front for a long majority but just dwindled at the end? Can you look on that with positives, negatives? What do you think?
I think both, and certainly as a younger swimmer you've got to take the lessons in absolutely every swim you do, good or bad, and it's something that I can say now looking back as a more mature adult, but at the time it's very difficult to see past a bad swim. You've just got to take the positives of, well, I've learned a lesson today. He'll have learned, he went out so quick. He went out quicker than these 10 swimmers in the pool right now in this final heat. He went out so fast. For him, that might not have been part of his game plan exactly, but he might be the type of swimmer who does enjoy going out and getting that gap and then letting the rest of the field try and get back at him, it may work for him. And so he'll have sat down with his coach afterwards, and they'll have looked at each and every split, and they'll have said, you went out like this is what you came back in. As we hear the bell now for just 100 metres to go on this final heat, and his coach will talk it through with him. It could be some swimmers prefer to actually do a negative split, so they'll prefer to go out at a relatively steady pace and then come back even harder.
So it sounds like a cattle of cows at the moment as all the bells ring away at the scoreboard. Then the first to hear it, though, was Harry Whiteman in lane 8. And, of course, a reminder, he's got to get better than 16:44 there or thereabouts in order to take the 17-year-old title in terms of the seniors. Time to beat is that of Charlie Hopkins, 16:39.54. And leading the way, Marcus Johnson. We thought things may change a little bit with Thomas Owens in 4 and Samuel Crabtree in 5. It hasn't really that much, and you can see the urgency being required from the stands there for Harry Whiteman in lane 8 for City of Peterborough. Now he's in touching distance here of getting this gold medal in the 17-year category. Of course, not confirmed straight away this, but he comes into the wall, 16:31.32. Definitely looks good enough from Harry Whiteman. It's actually, I think, the fastest one that we've seen all day, and he's not even in the senior category. Coming in now for what looks to be a gold as well in the senior category, Marcus Johnson on 16:36.63. And I think when he touched the wall, he was just laying on his back, hovering in the water for a moment, and absolutely shattered after that race, with Samuel Crabtree in 3rd and Thomas Owens in 4th. Confirmation of those results then, all 10 of them on the scoreboard. Of course, we'll bring you confirmation of the medalists in a few moments' time. The medal ceremonies will be coming in a few moments. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 1500 metre freestyle. The medals will be presented by Swim England President Anne Ray. The winners of the bronze medals in the 16-year category, representing Borough of Kirklees, Adam Law. In the 17 years category, representing West Norfolk, Luke Bryan. And in the 18 years and over category, representing Thanet Swim, Samuel Crabtree. The winners of the silver medals in the 16-year age category, representing City of St Albans, Ralph Munser. In the 17-year category, representing Nova Centurion, Rhys Taylor. In the 18 years and over category, representing Crawley, Charlie Hopkins. The winners of the gold medals